weekend, Magic fans. Wow. They've done it again. Magic won again, 123-100. They've won 5 in a row. They beat the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Not only that, they are 3-0 in NBA Cup group play with a plus 60 point differential. We'll talk about what all that means in a second. But statistically put together one of their best games of the season. And need I remind you, they're still without Paolo Banchero. Wow, 5 wins in a row for this team. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is 100% back. And this team is absolutely cooking right now. Wow, how fun is this? How fun is it to be a Magic fan right now? Welcome to the show. My name is Kevin. Glad you're here. This is the Six Man Show Postgame Live. It's presented by Rock'em. Guys, let me tell you really fast. Not only am I thankful that you're here, I'm thankful that I'm here today. Let me tell you why. I'm not going to make this night about me, but just for about 30 seconds, let me tell you that I almost was not sitting before you here today. Because, so I went and visited family, obviously, for Thanksgiving. Had a great time. Was supposed to fly home tonight. Flight was delayed. Okay, so it landed at 8:05, which means I forked out the $12 to American Airlines to be able to watch the first quarter from the air for their Wi-Fi. So I did that. I watched the first quarter in the airplane because my flight got delayed. Then the second quarter I watched through the concourse as I was walking to my car. And the second half of the second quarter, I watched as I stood in that parking garage waiting for a locksmith to come because my keys got locked in the car. So I had to watch the second half of the second quarter waiting for a locksmith, then halftime, and then the locksmith shows up, and then just as the third quarter begins, I'm driving out of the parking garage. So I watched the third quarter on my drive home safely as I was driving home, watched the third quarter, of course, and then finally got to watch the fourth quarter right here, and I'm so glad I did because that was so much fun. I'm glad we won because I would have been a disaster if we lost. Okay, this show is brought to you by Rock'em. Rock'em, they're the world's largest sock store. Again, they just make some of the coolest stuff. I've been wearing these lately, which, by the way, every one of these 5 games for this 5-game win streak, I've worn Rock'em socks for the day. And so I'm feeling like it's a good luck charm at this point. I'm wearing my Play the Song socks right now, which I have another pair of those right here for you. These are awesome. Yeah, check them out at rock'em.com and use this code MAGIC20. Guys, again, it's the holiday season. You got people in your life that if they like socks or underwear, maybe they don't. Maybe they just like things. You know, Disney, Marvel, Harry Potter, sports teams like NFL, NHL, and college teams as well. You can get it all at rock'em.com. They got all kinds of awesome, fun stuff. Just use that code MAGIC20. That's the kicker right there. Got to use the code MAGIC20 because that'll get you 20% off your order. Wow. I just cannot believe what we are seeing. I can't believe it. Like, not that I can't believe we beat the Nets tonight because, I mean, let's face it. Very depleted Nets team. Now, to be fair, they just swept their road trip. They just went on a 3-0 West Coast road trip, including beating the Phoenix Suns on Wednesday. However, you know, the Magic coming into this game, I expected them to win, but again, such a comprehensive victory for this team tonight. It's so impressive. So impressive. We're going to talk all about it here tonight, but mainly I'm just looking at the Magic shooting numbers, shooting 51% from 3, 18 of 35 from 3. And that's not even talking about the steals and blocks. We'll get to that. But anyway, super proud of this team. And yes, guys, in a little bit, we're going to talk about what all this means for the NBA Cup. Some people understand it. Some people don't. I'm going to break it down for you because Tuesday's game at MSG is huge. It's big. It's big. And we'll talk about why. Obviously, the most easy way to explain it is win, and you win the group. You win that game, you win your group. That's the easy way. There's a lot of other things we can talk about, and we'll do that in just a second. But first, we have not 1, not 2, but 3, not 3, but 4 super chats. First, we have Ace the Baller says plus 60 point differential. Yes. And play the freaking song. Thank you for that super chat, Ace the Baller. And thank you for cueing us to play the song. Let's go. Let's go. Another Magic win. That's 5 in a row. And 11 of our last 12? Is that right? Or is it? Yeah, it's 11 of our last 12. Crazy. Hottest team in basketball. Daniel Barry with one super chat. Daniel Barry with another super chat. And Daniel Barry with a third super chat. Says defense was amazing tonight. What a great year to be an Orlando Magic fan. Are we getting tired of winning yet? Never. Never, Daniel. Thank you so much for those very generous super chats. Yeah, your Orlando Magic win again. It's hard to, for me at least, it's hard to believe, right? And maybe, again, it's less about the winning, but it's about the way the Magic won tonight. Just comprehensive, dominant, all those good things. We just got another super chat here from Nathan Rivera. Says, what happens when Powell comes back? Yeah, look out, NBA. If this team is still playing this way, and especially still shooting the ball, again, not necessarily like tonight. The Magic shot the ball crazy tonight. It's not going to happen every night. But shooting the ball at least average, and Powell comes back, look out. Look out. We've already got over 200 of you here at 10 o'clock on this Friday night. Happy holiday season, everybody. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. I know I did. Hope everyone had a nice, safe, enjoyable Black Friday today. I know I did. But yeah, obviously, what a way to cap off a Black Friday. Black Friday's been very good to the Magic the last 2 years. If you remember last year, Black Friday, that was the home afternoon game against the Boston Celtics when we absolutely kicked their tails. And that was a big game for the NBA Cup. But this one's actually bigger. This one's actually bigger because Magic controlled their own destiny going into Tuesday's game at MSG. And again, we'll talk all about that here later in the show. Let's see what the chat has to say. Janine says, Nets Cup revenge game. Play the song. Let's go. Yeah, big time revenge. Like they mentioned on the broadcast tonight, the Nets were the reason you did not advance last season. Magic lost out on point differential. And it was because of that Nets game, the very first game of the NBA Cup last season, also in Brooklyn. So credit to the Magic for getting a little bit of revenge. Excuse me. Louis Rosario says, the most complete game of the year. Play the song. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. Again, credit to the Nets. They played the Magic pretty hard the home opener this year. Tonight, just so depleted, missing so many key players. But credit to the Magic for, just not backing down, just going pedal to the metal, and like you said, super, super comprehensive win. Santi Leon says, go, go, Goga arm. That rim protection is elite, man. Goga ends up with 5 blocks, might end up with 6. We'll see what happens with that stat line tomorrow if it gets adjusted. Big time. Yeah, Rom says 13 blocks and 13 steals. What a defense. Yeah. 26 stocks for this team. That's steals and blocks combined. 26. Wow. Crazy. BW says, I apologize, KCP. Yeah. How about the last two games for KCP? He's got 10 threes in the last 2 games. And I think he's like 10 of 12 or something like that in 2 games. Like crazy hot shooting streak right now for KCP. Love that. Jonathan says, good game. Way to put that boot on their throats. Absolutely. Can't back down. Love that. Luke B says, man, I wish the Hornets won today. That would have been fun. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that here later when we talk about the Cup and the Magic and the Knicks and all those kinds of things. Majestic B says, I love the show's theme song. Thanks. Appreciate that. I do too. Love that song. Thank you so much. K. Will says the NBA Cup is ours. Hey, we are the hottest team in basketball, and we are far and away have the best record right now in the NBA Cup. Because not only are we 3-0, but as has been mentioned, 60 plus 60 in the point differential. Hamad Ahmad says nipples. Again, I can only control what I can control, and I cannot control Mr. Nipple Man. Maybe someday we'll see him again, but it's not tonight, unfortunately. Tragic. You hate to see it. K. Will says Goga looking like prime Dwight. That's hilarious. At least with the shot blocking, yeah. Lots of people saying play the song. Love that. Tobias says KCP and Tristan, the new Splash Brothers. Man, I love how Tristan's playing. We talked about Kenny already, but I just love how Tristan plays basketball. Chris D says, Goga chose violence tonight 100%. He was terrifying. Tim says, $12 well spent. Hey, it was worth it for me. Worth it to get to see that first quarter. Oh, man. Yusuf, I don't know, says these Magic games have been so fun to watch. Yeah, for real. It's hard to believe. It's just really hard. Again, guys, when Paolo goes down, and we're almost a month into this now. It's 30 days ago that Paolo went down. A lot of us were just like, oh, we just got to tread water, man. Just try to stay afloat until he comes back. And holy smokes, this run has been amazing. Janine Richmond says, oh no, Kev, that's rough. Make sure you hit that like button, Magic Maniacs, for Kevin's dedication. First off, thank you. Second off, yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's been a long day, but somehow we made it here. Big shout out to the locksmith who saved the day. Got me here on time. I was worried. Oh, man. And I'm also getting a little bit of a cold here. Just being around a bunch of kids this week, I think it's got the sniffles going, you know? Major Everett says, bro, why does the back of our bench keep letting teams get to 100 points? It's tough. It's so tough to hold teams under 100. And they honestly didn't have a lot to work with. You know, the Nets already had a pretty high point total going into that stretch of garbage time. So I don't feel too badly about it. The ultimate thing that counts is the Magic had a plus 23 point differential tonight. So you add that to the 37. Woof. Crazy. Duval T87 says, when they hit threes, they are dangerous. Yeah. When the Magic are shooting the basketball well, good luck. Good luck. And I know it's true of any NBA team, right? Pick a team. The Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the LA Clippers, the whoever. If they're shooting the basketball well, good luck beating them, of course. But again, the Magic have such an elite defense that when you add the three-point shooting to it, it is ruthless. And that's what we saw tonight. We got a super chat here from Greasy Franz. Says, thanks, Franz. Me pawns are once again soiled. Okay, congrats. Thank you for that super chat. Yep. Congrats, or I'm sorry, or I don't know. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Ernest Toke says, splash the like button. Hey, there you go. Whatever you want to call it, just hit it. Hit the like button. Would appreciate that. Duval also says, keep sleeping, world. Keep sleeping 100%. That's what they're going to do. Chris D says, Eddie House? Yeah. That Eddie House game was 1 year ago today. Well, I mean, we've had a couple Eddie House games, but that was the game where we called Eddie House out, and then he kind of went back and forth with us on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Pretended to not know that we existed when he's the one who tweeted at us. Clown. Ryan Singh says, Celtics Bulls are close right now. Yes, I've been following that game. You're wondering, why do we care about Celtics Bulls? Oh, man, the Celtics have pulled away. Are you kidding me? They're up 7 with less than a minute to go. Why does that game matter? Because we're keeping an eye on teams that are going to end up being 3-1 after the NBA Cup group stage. Because there's a chance, obviously if the Magic lose on Tuesday, they're 3-1. So we're keeping an eye on them mainly for the point differential. Now, the good news is, if the Celtics do hold on, right now they're only up 5. So it's not like they blew the Bulls out. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to talk about NBA Cup situation here in a little bit. But hold that thought. We'll do that in just a second. Let me get through the rest of some of these messages here in the chat. Jonathan Osborne of the Six Man Show says, Magic fans are dancing through life right now. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Gosh, what a movie. What a movie. Oh, man. Ellis says, I hope we face Houston in the finals. That'd be wild. Nala with the direct quote says, I cannot control the nipple man. Kevin Tucker, circa 2024. Yes. Nala calls it an all-time quote. Hey, it's just a statement of fact. Oh, gosh. Adam says, I think I've heard Orlando mentioned more times on social media than I have in the last 12 years combined. Loving it. Let's go Magic. Let's take the East. Hey, again, hottest team in basketball. Can't deny it. Again, have they played a relatively soft schedule the last 2 weeks? Yes. But they've done it all without their best player. So what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Andy L says, was hoping to be 500. To be 14-7 now feels insane. Never wish injury on our MVP, but somehow this has actually benefited the team. Our time is now 100%. 100%. It's crazy to think about the run that this team has gone on and the position we're in now, where we're 14-7, like you said. Did way better than just floating. We're just soaring right now, and it's very fun. Scott's Week in Sports with another great point says Orlando City has a big opportunity for history tomorrow night. Yes! Orlando City against New York Red Bull tomorrow. Huge game. Eastern Conference Final. Win that game, you go to the MLS Cup Final. That's going to be an electric atmosphere. I'm sure many of you are going to go to that game. I'm jealous. It's going to be a fun time. I love this because Magic Prod says, where's Matt Browning? And then 2 comments later, it's Matt Browning. Says, I've always loved the Magic no matter what, but this team is just so much fun to watch. It makes it so much more enjoyable. That's amazing. Yes, I agree, Matt. And then I just see Magic Prod say, there, you answered your own question. Yes. Welcome, Matt Browning. I am Matt Browning. We are all Matt Browning. Okay. Let's talk about the NBA Cup first. Before we talk about this game and the stats, we'll go through the box score and all that kind of stuff. I want to talk about the NBA Cup standings. I need to check and see if NBA.com has updated their standings. Probably not. They're usually pretty slow, and they have not. Okay. So I'm going to pull up this NBA.com's. Actually, does ESPN even have... They do have NBA Cup. Is it updated? It is updated. Okay. We're going to go off of ESPN's here. May not be fully updated because this Celtics game is currently wrapping up. In fact, let's see what's happening there. 5-point game with 9 seconds left. Okay. NBA Cup. Let's talk about what happened today and what Tuesday looks like, okay? Let's start with the absolute easiest outcome of all. If the Orlando Magic win on Tuesday, they beat the New York Knicks, they will win Group A and advance to the knockout stages of the NBA Cup, okay? You go 4-0, you win your group, period, okay? That's great. Additionally, if the Magic win, obviously their point differential will go up on Tuesday. And I guess there's a world in which the Milwaukee Bucks could reach the same point differential, but I mean, they would have to win their game by a lot. So all that to say, the Magic would also be in the driver's seat to have the top overall seed in the Eastern Conference in the NBA Cup. At the very least, let's say the Milwaukee Bucks somehow catch the Magic in point differential. No other team is going to do that. Well, no other team's going to be undefeated, right? So if the Magic win on Tuesday, not only do they win the group, but they will have home court advantage for the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. So again, they would not only win the group, that Kia Center would host an NBA Cup quarterfinal game against, it could be another group winner or the wild card of the Eastern Conference, which is wild. So a lot riding on that, but that's the easiest scenario, right? Magic win on Tuesday, they win their group, and they host a game, host the quarterfinal at Kia Center, okay? What happens if the Magic lose on Tuesday, okay? If the Magic lose on Tuesday, the New York Knicks would win Group A, okay? Obviously, because they would go to 4-0, and the Magic go 3-1. So then the only way for the Magic to advance the knockout round is to be the wild card in the Eastern Conference. What comes into play here is that point differential. That is where the point differential comes into play. So if the Magic can lose by very little on Tuesday, they will almost certainly have the best point differential of all the 3-1 teams, okay? Just looking at this right now, the Boston Celtics, they're going to go to 3-1. Their point differential is likely going to be, it could be something like 19. Let's see. It's a 6-point game now. So it could be around 20. Let's say it's around 20. Again, the Magic's point differential is 60, plus 60. Looking down here, let's say the Bucks lose and they go to 3-1. Their point differential is going to go down, obviously, if they lose, okay? So, the Magic would obviously clear that. Again, unless you lose by 30 at MSG, the Magic are pretty much in a good spot to advance to be the wild card in the NBA Cup. Okay, so those are the two scenarios. Really, it's that simple. Win on Tuesday, you win the group, and you host a quarterfinal. Lose on Tuesday, just make sure you don't lose by a lot, and you're going to be the wild card. Okay, if the Magic can lose by single digits, guaranteed wild card. Almost, not statistically, but almost. Pretty wild. Now, on Tuesday, let me pull up this real fast here. Let me see if there's a final score on this. Wow, so they end up winning by 9. That sucks. Okay, so add 9 to the Celtics point differential, puts them at plus 23. So the Celtics will be at plus 23. Their NBA Cup is done. They have no more games remaining. I want to go ahead to Tuesday's games, though, because this is the one that really matters when it comes to the wild card. It's the Bucks and the Pistons, right? So if you look back over here, and this is the last thing I'll do. I'm boring some of you because some of you are just like, what? I don't care. Bucks, Pistons, they play head-to-head. Actually, right now, the Pistons are all over the Indiana Pacers, at least last I checked. So them, just like the Magic and Knicks on Tuesday, will both be 3-0. Winner wins the group. Loser is a contender for the wild card spot. So same thing. Like I said, if the Bucks lose, obviously their point differential goes down. If the Pistons lose, their point differential is already really low. Although, again, last thing, I want to check this game tonight. They're up by 22. Okay, so the Pistons point differential is going to be dangerous here. It would be around plus 26. So that's one you got to keep an eye on. But again, the Magic are plus 60. Plus 60. So again, as long as you don't lose by if you lose by less than 20 even, you're probably okay. Like if you lose by 18, you're probably okay on Tuesday. You probably advance regardless. If it gets more than that, it's probably dicey. But ultimately, all that matters is win and you're in, right? Win and you win the group and you host a quarterfinal game at Kia Center. Not this week, but next week, which would be wild. Wild stuff. All right, chat, let me see what you think about all that stuff, and then we're going to go to the box score. Okay. Let's see. Matt Browning says, we are so going to win the cup. Hey, we're trending that way. Obviously, once you get into the knockout phase, that's a whole different ballgame. But right now, this is the hottest team in basketball, hottest team in the NBA Cup. It's crazy. Major Everett says, NBA Cup is such a good idea. I never thought I'd be this excited about basketball in November, December. 100% agree. I love the NBA Cup. I think it's a brilliant idea. Are there a couple things that maybe they could tweak to make it better? Yeah, but I think the concept is terrific, and it's been a major hit so far. Yeah, exactly. Matthew Garfinkel says, with the Celtics beating the Bulls, it's almost impossible we miss out on being a wild card. Exactly. It is statistically possible, but the Magic would absolutely have to poop the bed at MSG for that to happen. Like, bad. Really bad. Spalding says, the worst would be if we lose and Detroit wins on Tuesday. Potentially. But again, it's all down to math. If Detroit wins by a lot on Tuesday and the Magic lose by a lot on Tuesday, yeah, it could be bad. But we'll see. D. Randall says, Magic are going to win by 15 to 20, calling it now. I hope so. You win by 15 or 20 at MSG in that environment on TNT, sign me the heck up. Steven says, 239 in the chat and only 77 likes. Hit the like button, everyone. Yeah, hit the like button. If you're pumped for this Magic team, winning 5 in a row, being 3-0 in group play, and having a plus 60 point differential, hit the like button. Come on. K. Will says Ben Simmons is a fraud. Facts. JSCO says, thanks for the cup scenario. Absolutely. Happy to help. Happy to help some people understand. I know it can be a little bit confusing sometimes, but all right, let's take a look at the box score tonight because this is fun. Like what a box score. This, holy smokes. Franz with 29, 8 and 8 in 35 minutes. Add 2 steals and 1 block with 3 turnovers. Yeah, great stuff from Franz. I thought Wendell was good tonight too. 12 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 1 block in his second game back from injury. Obviously, Goga. Good grief. 8.6 boards, 3 assists, 5 blocks for now. Again, could end up being 6. You'll love that. KCP, we talked about him already. Wow. Just soaring. Cannot miss. He's on fire. Jalen with 12 points, 6 assists. Anthony Black, pretty quiet night for him with just 5 points. J.I. with 8 points and 4 boards and 2 steals and a block. Mo Wagner, talk about quiet night. Wow, I didn't realize he only had 3 tonight. But Tristan Da Silva comes off the bench with 13 points, 3 of 4 from 3. His shooting stroke looks so good. Jet Howard, same thing, 8 points for him, 2 of 4 from 3 off the bench. Cole Anthony came in garbage time and canned a 3, which you love to see. Caleb Houston and Corey Joseph both came in garbage time as well, with Kojo getting a triple to grow the Magic's point differential. The shooting numbers are outrageous, guys. 53% from the field, 51.4% from 3, 18 of 35 for the Magic tonight. Let's freaking go. That's crazy. And then we talked about this earlier, 13 steals, 13 blocks for this team. That is 26 stocks. Wow. Wild stuff. Looking at some of the summary stats here, Magic won every quarter except for the fourth quarter there. Really, that third quarter is what really blew this game pretty wide open there. You outscore them 35-22 to really, really extend that lead. Magic with 48 points in the paint. Had the largest lead tonight of 28. They got 43 bench points. Credit to Brooklyn again, playing a bunch of scrappy guys, not normally their rotation, end up with 58 bench points. And the Magic really took advantage of the turnovers for Brooklyn with 34 points off of turnovers. Man. All right, let's see. I know we got a couple super chats there. Several of them, actually. We got D. Randalls who says, come to Vegas, Kevin, when the Magic make the finals. I don't know, man. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about that. It might be tough to get out of work, but that would be pretty electric. Soul Train says WCJ looks better as a power forward. IMO. Yeah, him and Goga have looked nice the last couple games. It's hard because the opponents. It's hard to judge that, but you can't complain with what you saw tonight for sure. Shahin says, keep shooting, Jet. Yeah, I mean, Jet looked good tonight in his few minutes he was out there, knocked down a couple threes, which is pretty much exactly what you want from him. Oh, man. Getting all congested now. The struggle is real. All right, let's see here. Meh says, I think we have to calm down. We haven't played a quality opponent. That Lakers game, we were so lucky to win. I 100% agree with you. Well, let me back up. Sorta. I think we have to calm down. Kinda, right? Like, I agree with your notion of not playing quality opponents. In the Lakers game, we were lucky because we absolutely were lucky. The Magic played really well that whole game, but needed a little bit of luck to actually pull out the victory. I 100% agree. And we haven't played quality opponents lately. I agree. The part where I think we have to calm down, I sort of agree. On the one hand, it's a long NBA season. We've gotten the benefit of some fortunate bounces over the last couple weeks, not just playing lower quality opponents, but also a night like tonight where Brooklyn's played above expectations this season, but tonight they were so injured, right? Charlotte on Monday playing potentially above expectations this season, but they were without LaMelo on Monday, plus a bunch of other guys. So we've been given a lot of breaks. On the flip side, though, we've been doing all of this without our best player, Paolo Banchero. And so it's a little bit of both for me, right? Like, I don't want to get too excited, not too high because of the level of opponents, but I also am going to get excited because we're doing all of this without our best player. But I definitely see where you're coming from. Definitely see where you're coming from. It's going to be a very interesting little stretch here, especially with that MSG game on Tuesday. That is a huge prove-it game, to me at least, on Tuesday. Luke B says, TDS was great tonight. Yep, super good. A-Rod says, Franz is the German Shepherd. What does it take to get this read? There you go. I read it. The German Shepherd. We have another nickname for Franz. Love that. Andy L says, his name is Matt. I ain't worried. We're having fun and we aren't at full strength. Ain't no calming down. That's funny. Meh is definitely like an Eeyore name. But, yeah. Let's take a look at the scores around the league. I know we looked at that in the Chicago game earlier, but looking at the other scores tonight, got some Western Conference games. That Thunder-Lakers game could be interesting. Knicks beat the Hornets. That Hornets team was absolutely depleted, and yet they only lose by 1 to the Knicks. We'll see what that means for the Knicks on Tuesday against the Magic. How about the Cleveland Cavaliers losing again, this time to the Atlanta Hawks? Keep that in mind when we look at the standings here in a second. The Grizzlies beat the Pelicans. No surprise there. Timberwolves with a close one over the Clippers, 93-92. This is the game we just talked about. Celtics pull away in the fourth quarter against the Bulls. They win by 9. Heat over the Raptors. And like we talked about earlier, the Pistons beat the Pacers and their point differential is 24. They won by 24 tonight. That's going to be big potentially for the standings, which we'll look at. Both the NBA standings and the NBA Cup standings. That'll be big for the Cup standings. What I'd like to do really fast is look at Sunday, because I believe the Knicks play on Sunday. They do. So they host the Pelicans Sunday. Okay, interesting. Absolutely depleted Pelicans team. Shorthanded. 4-16. Very bad basketball team. We'll see what the Knicks can do with that, because they also played a bad basketball team today and barely won. So we'll see. All right, let's look at the NBA standings. Right now, this is the NBA Cup standings. Let's go to the NBA standings first. Let's see how we're looking. We're getting ready to call this a night, because I am just barely breathing right now, sniffling all over the place. All right, so the Orlando Magic, they're 14-7. They've won 5 in a row. They're 9-1 in their last 10. 11 out of 12, basically, is what is 11 out of 12 they have won, which is wild. Because the Cavs lost and the Magic won, the Orlando Magic are only 3.5 games back of the 1 seed. Hello. That's crazy. Celtics are only half game back now. So that crazy run that the Cavs had to start the season, goodbye. Boston's knocking right there, knocking on the doorstep. Magic not too far behind. Magic also have a 2-game lead over the New York Knicks. Love to see that. And how about this? The Milwaukee Bucks. For all the crap we gave them to start the season, they've kind of started to figure things out. They are now 9-9. They've won 5 in a row. And the Magic have a 3.5 game lead on them, as well as the Miami Heat. 4-game lead on the Pacers. And you can see the rest of them there. Very, very interesting stuff. Now, let's look and see this NBA Cup stuff. Let's see if they've updated with the Pistons and all that stuff. They have. Okay, good. Glad. Because we're going to look at this one last time. So the Bucks and the Pistons, what a game on Tuesday. Both the Magic and Knicks and the Bucks Pistons, 2 great games on Tuesday. Winner of each of those games wins their group. That's exciting. The loser of each of those games will be lined up against the Boston Celtics. Okay, so whoever loses between Magic Knicks is going to go up against the loser of Bucks Pistons and the Boston Celtics with point differential. Whoever has the highest point differential between those 3 teams will be the wild card after Tuesday's games. Okay, so an example being, actually, it can't be the Knicks. The Knicks cannot advance as the wild card if they lose on Tuesday. That's interesting, because if the Magic beat them, their point differential is obviously going to go below 15, but the Celtics is at 23, right? So it's actually going to come down to the loser. I'm starting to confuse myself. The loser of Bucks Pistons, and if the Magic lose, the Magic, one of these 3 teams, and the Boston Celtics, that's going to be your wild card. Who knows what's going to happen? I might have just made that even more confusing. I don't know. But that's the situation. Again, ultimately it just boils down to win and you're in. Beat the Knicks on Tuesday at MSG, and you are Group A winners. Okay, we got a couple super chats here. Shahin says, keep shooting, Jet. I might have already read that one. But either way, yeah, keep shooting, Jet. Love that. Greasy Nut says, we sweep Boston with P5, Franz, and Gorgor. I don't know what that is. Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Well, no, sorry. No, I disagree. Back up. No, I don't agree with that. We don't sweep Boston with P5. I take it back. That's not what I meant. But we do make it competitive. That's for sure. Meh says, who is Kaiser Sose? Oh, man, this is a fun inside joke from a year ago on this show. Never forget. Never forget that. Have I seen that movie yet? No. Still have not. Still have not. Oh, gosh. Okay. I gotta go, guys. I can't even breathe anymore. Okay, I need to go get some like hot tea and some vitamin C and try to get better by Sunday. Here's the deal. Sunday, guys, it's an early tip-off, 3:30 p.m. Eastern matinee, okay? So keep that in mind. That means this will go live around 6 o'clock, obviously, when that game is done. It's a weird one. You play Brooklyn again on Sunday before we get ready for that big one Tuesday at MSG against the Knicks. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Again, early game on Sunday. We'll see you then. But until then, let's go Magic!